Hello, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, my name is Anna Marie, and today I am going to be dismantling my wall of books because I have a move coming up. But I did want to film me taking down all of my books and packing. I'm not sure if it's going to be the most interesting content, but I know that it will be memorable for me and something that I do want to document just because I have loved having this display of books for the last 4 years or so. So you just watched my cat jump out of the box that I have here. So I do have a plan for how I would like to organize my books when I pack them up, because of course I do. And I'm leaning towards doing it all by genre and then author's last name, because I have acquired quite a few fiction books over the last 4 years since I moved in here. So I do have quite a bit of fantasy specific, quite a bit of sci-fi, or at least some more sci-fi than when I moved in. So I do think it makes sense to kind of organize those all out by genre. And even though it may not look it, I do have some semblance of organization on these shelves. At the very, very top that you can just barely see are all or most of my non-fiction books. And then this shelf here is probably like the least organized when you look at it by genre. The farthest corner is Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files and Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time books. Here I have all of my Agatha Christie's on one side, and then I just have a random assortment of older leather-bound books. I have a gorgeous 10-volume set of Shakespeare's works that are gilt-edged and leather-bound, and I'm so looking forward to having a little bit more space where I can properly display those books. And then in this last cubby here, I have my Nancy Drew books from when I was younger, and also some books by the author who shall not be named. Moving down to the middle row, in the far corner is pretty much all fantasy. Yes, that's all fantasy. Here we have a mix of fantasy, some sci-fi, some historical fiction, and then here is mostly just general fiction with a few magical realism books. This shelf down here, which I actually have already started taking apart, was my middle grade young adult shelf. This middle one here on the bottom row is my classics, as well as some more just general fiction. And then finally, the far corner is primarily some romance books, a little bit more general fiction, but a lot of those are my romances. And then you might be able to see what I'm trying to hide with my body behind me in this corner is that I have 6 milk crates here that have some books packed in them, and then also have some books just carefully thrown on top because I do want to pack those books with my bigger collection of books here, but I brought those in from my living room. I do still have more books in my living room, but 5 out of 6 of those totes are currently holding some encyclopedia collections that I have. So that was the whirlwind tour of my book collection. If you are interested in maybe something that's a little bit more in-depth, or just an overview rather than me standing and shouting at my shelves, then let me know. Maybe I'll film that when I move into my new place and have all of my books set up. But for now, I have a cup of coffee because it is early in the morning and I am ready to get started on what's going to be quite a sad task for me, but is going to feel so good when I get it done, and I'm going to feel as if I'm actually ready to move. So first things first, I have so many knickknacks on this shelf that I'm just going to take them all off and set them to the side for the moment, and then I'll worry about making sure they're all wrapped up properly at another date and time, but then we'll dive into the books. So I am going to get started on that right now. Let's go. Got a phone call from a friend, so my packing was momentarily interrupted, but I'm going to continue taking down all the books that you basically can't see. But fresh cup of coffee, here we go. Oh my goodness. I don't like these no more. There we go. Whew. Okay, all of my nonfiction is packed up except 2 books, which frustrates me so much. And I know I'm sure if I took all of those books out, I could probably rearrange and do some Tetris to fit those 2 books in. But we're just gonna keep moving forward because I am already so tired. I'm also so sweaty that the hot coffee isn't helping. I should have made myself an iced coffee. But we move forwards. So I am now going to pack up my young adult that I have left here. I've already packed up my children's and middle grade books, but I have some young adult here. I also have some young adult fantasy, and I might try and squeeze those in. I don't know if that's gonna fit. These boxes are fitting a whole lot less than I had hoped and planned for, but that's probably a good thing because it means they're slightly easier to lift and carry. All right, more sustenance, let's go. Why do I circle? I'm thinking that what I need to do now is clear off all of the books I have on this bookcase here so that I'm making sure I'm organizing the books properly because I'm now about to move into fiction and fantasy. So I'm going to clear off these knickknacks and start pulling the books from the top 2 shelves. This shelf here is all of my to-be-read books, so I'm going to pack those in a separate box, but then that will also clear off this bookcase here. It is much later in the day now. I spent a really lovely day with my family, but it does mean that I have quite a few books left on my shelves. So I am hoping, I brought my laptop into my bedroom and I'm hoping that I can throw on some YouTube videos and make some really good work packing up the books that I have left behind me. And I think first things first, what I didn't do this morning, what ended up stressing me out a little bit, is I didn't properly organize things into piles before I started throwing it all in boxes. I kind of just took it off the shelf and started firing them into the totes. So that's what I'm going to try and do this evening to hopefully bring a little bit more organization to this chaos. I'm going to organize everything into piles with like-sized books so that I can stack them up neatly and not just jam them in where they fit. But yes, that is the plan of this evening. I am exhausted, so we'll see how much that I can get done over the next hour or 2 or 3. We'll see. Okay, I think this is enough books for now. This is all of my fantasy, except for The Wheel of Time and the Dresden Files, and then this series here. I also have one other Robert Jordan book that just fell on me, so that was fun. But that's all of my fantasy. I've got some magical realism here, some magical realism here, but no, this is all of my fantasy. So I can now start packing it up, hopefully. I need to take a photo to send to a friend because holy hell, this is a lot of books. I think I am going to organize by author last name for fantasy because this is just way too overwhelming. I should have thought of this before I started putting things down, but I mean, it's better late than never. Or should I just start packing these books because I know it's all of the authors are there. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. I'm fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, let's go. Wheel of Time going in. It's fine. Okay. These are all the same size, so this should hopefully go well. Please don't fall on me. Oh, Fires of Heaven is a big boy. Oh no, that fits. Okay, after a lot of faffing around, I have all of my fantasy books from A to N in this tote, I think. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think you're gonna fit. Let's do it. Oh! I don't know if you're close. I could do this. are getting caught on. You can move. Will you close, please? Oh, come on. Yes. There we go. Okay. Oh, this one's heavy. Of course, I missed some fantasy. Of course. I have made it to the final vessel that I have in my possession, which is actually one final milk crate. I have packed up 9 of these clear totes, and I have 1 cubby left, and that is some of my older books and my Agatha Christie's. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that it's not raining on the day that I move. And I'm going to pack up this final milk crate, this final box, and then call it a night. I can already tell that I don't think this is all going to fit, but we're just going to give it a go. I have found one final box, and we are going to clear off these shelves. So this is what it looks like now, and I think this is where I'm going to leave the video. Thank you very much for watching if you have stuck through to the very dying end, and I look forward to showing you my new space and new wall of books when the time comes. Bye for now.